he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, you know, using what he got to shield him.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like,
boxing is strictly for a check now. It's just all about getting a check. They're going to be fake fighting. They're going to probably fake fight 12 rounds.
Terence Crawford unleashed harsh criticism on Gervonta "Tank" Davis during a live interview addressing fresh fight rigging allegations. Crawford didn't hold back, claiming he dislikes Davis and believes Tank shields himself with power and fame. He even accused Davis of manipulating fights and decisions to safeguard his elite status in boxing.
Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in, he was like, "Oh, this guy, you a meat lover."
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Y'all was doing the back and forth. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. I don't like.
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. No, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, you know, using what he got to shield him. You know, like, he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, you know what I mean, he in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely got skills, he got power, he got tremendous boxing ability, but like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Terence Crawford calls out Gervonta Davis, questioning his credibility as a true fighter. He dares Davis to prove his greatness by stepping up to fight him, implying Tank carefully avoids real challenges to protect his undefeated record. Is Davis ready to take the risk?
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Boxing superstar Terence Crawford took to social media, venting his frustration over the latest high-stakes boxing controversy. Crawford boldly claimed they robbed that boy. It's crazy. Fans and analysts alike are calling the fight's outcome a blatant injustice, arguing that the judging and officiating favored Gervonta Davis despite several questionable moments in the ring. This shocking decision has reignited fierce debates about corruption in professional boxing and the influence of big-name fighters on the sport's integrity. In response, Gervonta Davis dismissed Crawford's remarks as baseless hate. Davis questioned how Crawford could make such bold accusations without knowing him, calling out what he sees as unfair judgment. This heated exchange added fuel to the fire, escalating tensions between 2 of the biggest names in combat sports.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a everybody that cool with, I mean, with him.
Question for you. You're a proud father?
Boxing fans are outraged after the highly controversial Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis fight, with many claiming the sport is losing its integrity. Speculation is rampant that high-profile matches, especially those featuring megastars like Davis, are scripted for maximum financial gain. Critics argue the entire 12-round showdown was rigged, with Davis allegedly aware of the outcome before stepping into the ring. The backlash has been intense, igniting heated debates about corruption, match fixing, and whether boxing is now more entertainment than competition.
See, this is why I just don't watch boxing anymore, because Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis, are we being so fucking serious right now? Boxing is strictly for a check now. It's just all about getting a check. They're going to be fake fighting. They're going to probably fake fight 12 rounds so they get the max amount of money. Gervonta Davis said he was going to retire after this so he could get...
Okay, now it's the Jig's turn to talk. Let's talk about it. Is Gervonta Davis fighting Roach, or is Roach fighting Tank for a check? Absolutely, I'll give it to him. He's not going to win this fight. Fuck it. And as much as guys seem like I hate Tank, which I really don't, you would think I would agree with her on some aspects of her argument or point, statement, whatever the fuck you want to call this bullshit. They're going to fake fight for 12 to maximize the payout? No, these guys don't get paid by the hour. Let's be blunt. Let's be honest. Let's get strictly to the point. Gervonta Tank Davis, there's nothing fake about his victims. I'm going to call them victims instead of opponents. I think that's more suitable. And we get it. His resume is absolute ass. His resume is shit. We get that. And this is the thing about Tank. Bombs are going to drop from the sky. Bombs are going to hail from his hands. Leather is going to be thrown. And there's going to be a 93% chance you're in the danger zone. And there's going to be a 100% chance that if you're in that danger zone, that bitch is going to hurt. There's nothing fake about this left hand Frank Martin caught. He happened to be one of the 93%. And he felt that motherfucker, and he felt all of it.
One major controversy surrounding Gervonta Davis is his alleged strategic avoidance of top-tier challengers. Critics argue that Davis handpicks his opponents, ensuring he only steps into the ring with fighters he's confident of defeating. This claim gains traction as he repeatedly sidesteps a rematch with Ryan Garcia and steers clear of high-risk battles, like a showdown with Terence Crawford. Many believe Davis prioritizes protecting his undefeated record over proving himself against true elite competition, sparking debate about whether he's a true champion or just playing it safe.
So Gervonta Tank Davis has finally established himself as the biggest duck in boxing. There's always been a debate, we throw Brian Norman in there, we throw Canelo in there, then we got Tank, we have the top 3 pound-for-pound ducks. Tank has went head and shoulders above everybody else. He's become the undisputed pound-for-pound #1 duck in boxing. Yesterday, he had his press conference with Lamont Roach. He spoke about Shakur Stevenson. Let's take a look at it. So someone asked him about a Shakur fight. He immediately dismissed it. He said, and I quote, "For what? What has Shakur done? What has he done in the sport? He hasn't done nothing. Keyshawn Davis is looking way better than him, and Keyshawn hasn't even done nothing. I'm afraid of what? For us fighters to be afraid of someone, it has to be someone who's hitting us and hurting us. He doesn't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only wins in basketball and football. That shit don't win in boxing." So this is a clear, obvious duck. The whole, what did you win, whatever. Shakur has won way more than Tank has won in his career. He's a 3-division unified champion, and he's actually fighting in his 3rd division where Tank isn't. And like I said, he's a unified champion. He's a silver medalist, so he's accomplished objectively more than Tank. Let me just get this right. You're not afraid of Shakur because he can't hurt you, he can't punch, and he's only defense. But you're not going to fight him. So if Shakur can't hurt you, if Shakur stands no chance, he hasn't done anything, he's some type of bum, but he's one of the biggest money fights you can take, why not just knock him out? Just make it look easy, since he's such a bum, since he hasn't done anything and he can't hurt you. Just go in there and knock him out. The same way you made this Lamont Roach fight happen so quickly, same way you made Frank Martin, Hector Luis Garcia, all these other guys, Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz happen. Make Shakur happen. He'll take it in a heartbeat. Just go in there, stop him, take your $40-50 million check, and just be gone with it. But he knows that won't happen. He knows more than likely Shakur would outpoint him about 9-3, 8-4. You guys let me know. do you think Tank is obviously he's the #1 duck in boxing. Do you think he's an all-time great duck?
Terence Crawford didn't hold back his outrage over the referee's decision in the Davis versus Roach showdown. Taking to Twitter, he blasted the controversial call, stating, "I've never seen someone take a knee and it not be counted as a knockdown. They must have forgotten the rules tonight." His words echoed the widespread frustration in the boxing community, fueling speculation that the fight may have been rigged. The blatant disregard for standard officiating has left fans questioning the sport's integrity. Historically, taking a knee has always been ruled a knockdown, yet Davis appeared to receive special treatment. Many argue that his influence and financial backing within the sport allowed him to bypass the rules. This decision has sent shockwaves through boxing, with critics calling for stricter regulation and unbiased judging. If such favoritism continues, the sport risks losing credibility, potentially driving away fans and sponsors. Boxing has long been revered as a fair and disciplined competition, but rulings like this make it seem more like a business-driven spectacle rather than an honest sport.
Never in my life have I seen a boxer take a knee mid-round and the referee acts like it didn't even happen. And Tank's excuse was, "Oh, I got grease in my eye." It does not matter. You took a voluntary knee. That should be a 10-8 round. And again, the referee just acts like it was no big deal. And you probably had grease in your eye because Lamont Roach Jr. knocked the grease in your eye. Boxing is a beautiful sport. I love boxing. I have been watching boxing since before I could even talk. But it is the most corrupt sport in the world. And there truly is not a second place that's even close. They ended up scoring this fight a draw, which was BS even without the knockdown. But with the knockdown, this should have been a clear victory for Lamont Roach Jr. Just actually embarrassing for the sport of boxing. But everybody will wake up tomorrow. Everything will go back to normal. Nobody will care until the next robbery happens. It's just, it's old. It really is. But that's boxing for you. What can you do?
Davis defended his controversial decision to take a knee, claiming grease blurred his vision. However, top boxing analysts swiftly debunked this excuse, arguing that if visibility was truly impaired, he should have informed the referee before the round began. Instead, Davis unexpectedly dropped mid-fight, violating boxing protocol. Experts stress that in high-stakes professional bouts, fighters can't act on impulse, rules must be followed. This shocking moment has sparked heated debates, fueling massive fan reactions and viral discussions.
The rounds, and before the action begins, so the clock hasn't started, the punches aren't being exchanged, and he goes, "Referee, I have a problem," and takes a knee in that moment. The referee can address it. "Well, the round hasn't started. What's going on with you? You know, you've had your minute. What's going on? Bit of grease has gone into my eye, referee. I can't see." "Okay, hold it. Get in. Clean his eye. Boom. Sound. Everything good." You can't do that mid-round. If you do that mid-round, especially after Roach has just landed a jab, for all we know, what if one of his knuckles just went straight into the eye? It was only a daft range-finding jab, but what if the knuckle or the thumb went into Gervonta Davis's eye? Maybe it pushed that little innocuous jab. Maybe it pushed the eyelashes under his eyelid so he couldn't see. He was blurred in that eye. Maybe in that second he couldn't open his eye. He panics. He takes a knee, runs to the corner. Can't see out my eye. They get a towel, stroke it back. You can't do that. I'm sorry. This is a fight. You can't do that. You can't clean without the referee saying, "Come in and clean his eye." You can't clean his eye without the referee stopping the fight. The fighter can't stop the fight. Steve Willis's initial instincts were dead right. He should have said, "What are you doing? I had something in my eye." I'm going, "Oh, fuck. I've got to take a point off." He hit you with a jab. You took a knee and he walked away. You weren't defending yourself. I have to take a point off. And in that moment, Steve Willis had to take... I'm sorry, mate. I don't give a fuck whose show it is. Come with me. Stay there. Point off. Point off. Point off.
That's a wrap for today's content. Stay engaged for more exclusive, action-packed insights. Don't miss out, subscribe now, and turn on notifications for the next big update.